guys, welcome back. So today I thought I would share with you a list that I made called a gratitude list. In my journey to try and figure out why I'm unhappy and to be happy, I got an idea to make a gratitude list, which is, there's a lot of different kinds, but it's a list A through Z of things that you're thankful for, things that you're grateful for in your life. I made one of those lists. It was pretty hard to find most letters, but I decided to share the list with you. So hopefully it will inspire you to make your own list and kind of start to live a better, happier, healthier life. Alright, so let's get right into it. First one up, Amy. She's my sister. She's actually probably the person I'm most grateful for. Our upbringing has been nothing short of insane, but she's kept me grounded and alive for 30 years. She's been my parent when I needed one. She's been my best friend when I wanted one. She's my person. And yeah, love you, Amy. Books. Books are such a wonderful thing. You can transport yourself into stories for days or weeks or months or however long it takes you, and you can just escape from whatever world you're having, whether it be good or bad, and just plant yourself into another one. And it's such an awesome thing. And the smell. I mean, the smell of books. Oh. Coffee. I was a little late on the coffee train. I didn't start drinking coffee until I was probably in my mid-20s. But I don't plan on going back. Dance. So you know those big blow-up people in used car lots that you see, and they move like this and they go like this? Yeah, that's me dancing. It's awful. It's terrible. I'm 6'6", lanky as all hell, and I just can't dance. But I often find sometimes when I'm really angry or really sad, I'll just throw on some really heavy dance music and I'll put it as loud as it can go, and I'll just close my eyes and just jump around my room and dance, and it totally helps my mood. I go from 0 to 1,000 just by dancing like a maniac in my room, and it's actually really fun. So you should try it sometime, even if you don't dance like I do, but it's really fun. Energy. I think as humans we are receptive to the energy that people are giving off, and we kind of suck it up and release it back into the universe. And this happens a lot with negative energy. But we all know that one person who is exuding such a bright light and a force of love, and this one is for them. Thank you for literally spreading joy, and I hope to be you someday. Film. Whether it's photo or video, I love film. I mean, I have it tattooed on me. So yes, clearly I love film. Just the thought and science of taking an image and permanently planting it on a piece of plastic is insane. Like, how do you take a moment that we see through our eyes and just stick it on something so we can keep seeing that moment? Greenery. No, not what you're thinking. I'm talking just simple nature, outside, trees, grass, plants, flowers, leaves, just green. This is where I'm my happiest and I'm my most connected. I remember one time last summer I went back home to visit, and I just sat in my sister's backyard and just took it all in. Just sat there perfectly content, no distractions, no phone, no music, and just sat with nature, and it was great. It's magical, and it almost recharges me. So I do need that at least once every month. Harry Potter, I mean, do I really have to explain this one? The amount of joy that this world brings me is just, there's no words. From the moment I picked up the first book too many years ago, it was an instant love affair. It's the only series that I've read over and over again, and I still get excited every time. And I mean, don't even get me started on the movies. India.arie. So you remember the people I was talking about with the exuding light and love and just pure, full yellow energy. That's her. Her lyrics and her voice have just like changed me, and they've helped me through a lot of hard times. I mean, look at my tattoo. This too shall pass. It's one of her lyrics. Her album, Testimony Volume 1, has gotten me through it. It's one of those albums that I'll just never forget. Jump! This is actually in reference to a couple videos that are circulating from Steve Harvey. It's the reason I got the nerve to move to New York City with nothing. He basically says that if you see people in your life who are just soaring through with a smile on their face and just happy as can be, it's because they jumped. You'll never get anything just standing on that cliff and just looking down. I was scared and unsure, but I did take the jump, and I mean, I did hit the rocks on the way down, and it was a scary fall, but my parachute did open, and I'm now sailing, and I'm in a really good place in my life, and it's all because I jumped. Keys. I can't quite put my finger on where my obsession started, but when I was a kid, my older brother had a box of keys at one point, just house keys, random, just car keys, house keys, and I would run my hands through it, and I would just get so much joy from these keys. They were just so amazing. And my dad also did construction, and so every time we'd go to Home Depot, I would make a beeline for the lock and key aisle, and I'd frantically search for my favorite lock and key, the one that I wanted, and I'd present it to him, and he'd buy it for me, and I would just go home and just lock up whatever I could lock up. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the fact that with a key and a lock, whatever you're locking is now yours, because you're the only one who can open that, so now this belongs to you, and you have full control of this. I don't know what that says mentally or psychologically about me. Who knows? But now I have a beautiful display of skeleton keys on my wall. You can't see it from this angle, but I actually got it tattooed on my leg, as you can see. But yes, no. So keys are my thing. So yay, keys. Laughter. I've always strived to make people laugh. The sound of it is just infectious. I've dabbled with the idea of doing stand-up comedy, but I just do so many other things that adding one more to my plate just might not be the best idea right now, but maybe someday. Also, not to mention, laughter is like one of the key things to me for a good relationship. If you can make me laugh and I can make you laugh, like real belly laughs, then gold. We're getting married. That's it. Done. Mistakes. So this one's a little more personal, but basically I'm thankful for all the mistakes that people have made throughout my life. Because I would actively see or experience the trauma made from mistakes throughout my life, I can learn from it and know what not to do and just take that in and use it in my own life. I could see the effects and grow from them. So thank you, all you mistake makers. New York. I am thankful for this crazy city because it has showed me that there is a life outside of New England. I grew up in tiny little cities in tiny little states, and New York has just opened my eyes. It's a serious love-hate relationship, and I'm just glad I could experience it. I probably won't be here in 5 years, but I feel it's prepared me for anything. So everyone should, I think, try it at least once. Oswego. I'm just gonna leave this little Easter egg right here. Passport. I recently got my passport and I used it for my first international travel to Mexico, and I definitely caught the travel bug. There's so much that I need to see and there's so little time. I do have a few plot twists working in my brain, but you'll just have to stick around and see what happens in the future. Queer. I'm super thankful for the queer community because it is full of the most beautiful, passionate, amazing people. It's a family that I'm so proud to be a part of. And if there's anyone out there who's struggling to come to terms with who they are, who they love. Just know that the door is always open and we're gonna be all waiting right outside to throw you a big ass party, girl. Rain. It doesn't make for the best of days, but it does keep the greenery alive, and it's way better than snow. Also, have you ever just accepted it and just gone outside and danced or jumped around or played in a downpour? Because it's incredible. Sun, the opposite of rain, and it's one of my favorite weathers. Duh. There's something about sitting in the sun that just makes me giddy. I mean, I don't know if it's the vitamin D, but just sitting out there soaking up the sun, it's like recharging. Time. Another one of my obsessions. I also can't explain this one, but I've always been fascinated with clocks and other decades. The sound of a clock ticking is so soothing to me. At one point I had a wall full of clocks and they were all going at different times and all different ticks. And to any normal person that would probably be super annoying, but to me it was very meditative and very relaxing, and it would often help me fall asleep. Uranus, or as y'all like to say, Uranus. Go ahead, get the laughs out. I'll wait. Good? Okay. If I had to pick my favorite planet, it would most definitely be Uranus. Again, I couldn't really tell you why. Maybe it's like the turquoise color, but it's just intriguing to me. Also, a funny story. Growing up, I had a favorite color, which was turquoise, because everyone else liked blue. I kind of liked green, but I wanted to be like everyone else, but not. So I was like, turquoise. Oh, it's perfect. It's a great mix of both. And my favorite number was 7. I probably picked that when I was 7. And my favorite planet was obviously always Uranus. And when I was in high school, I was doing a little research on my sign, which is Aquarius, and come to find out the planet for Aquarius is Uranus, which is the 7th planet. The stone and the color of Uranus is turquoise, which are my favorites. So like, I don't know if the universe was just putting that all together in there, but spooky. Voice. I'm grateful for my voice. It's an instrument I'm still working on. It will never be perfect, but as long as I've had at least one person tell me they love my voice, which I've been fortunate enough to have, I'm happy. Water. Drinking it, swimming in it, laying next to it, listening to it. When I'm swimming, I almost feel like I'm home again. Maybe I'm a mermaid. Also, the Aquarius is known as the water bearer, so maybe that has something to do with it, but I mean, put me anywhere that has water or a beach and I'm happy. X Games? Here's one last Easter egg for you. Yesterdays. This one kind of goes along the same lines as mistakes, but I am thankful for yesterdays. They teach us many things. Also, the simple fact that there are yesterdays means that life goes on and everything bad that happens will become a yesterday. Don't stress too much because tomorrow will be a different day, and this too shall pass. And finally, Zodiac, for the Zodiac killer. I'm just kidding. I'm grateful for the Zodiac. You may not agree with astrology or planetary alignments or believe in it, but I like to because it helps me explain certain things and actions and the way people are. I wish I knew more about it. Hopefully someday I can study up and know the most there is to know. But I've had way too many aha moments with the Zodiac that I can't not believe in it a little bit, or in my case, a lot of it. So that's my list. A through Z of things I'm grateful for. You should make one too, because it does help ease the mind and it does help bring positivity. So try it, let me know, make your own video, why not? And this is your calm, creative, passionate, emotional Aquarius signing out. Bye guys.